Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, where we unlock the hidden stories, secrets, and values of coins from around the world. In today's deep dive, we will be exploring one of Australia's most recognized but often misunderstood decimal coins, the 1984 Queen Elizabeth II Australian 5-cents coin, with no mint mark. Despite being a common circulation piece, this coin carries far more intrigue, history, and collector appeal than many realize. By the end of this video, you'll understand why collectors pay attention to this year, what makes some 1984 coins more valuable than others, and how to know whether your coin is worth just 5 cents, or maybe a lot more. To understand the 1984 5-cent coin, we must first understand its place in Australian currency history. In 1966, Australia moved from the imperial pound system to decimal currency. That change introduced a brand new series of coins, including the 5-cent coin, which effectively replaced the old sixpence. Designed for daily use, the 5-cent coin became one of the workhorses of Australian change. The coin's obverse, or head side, features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. In 1984, the design in use was the second official portrait of the Queen, originally sculpted by Arnold Machin. This profile shows a younger Elizabeth wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a now iconic image recognized worldwide on many Commonwealth coins. The reverse, or tail side, depicts an echidna, one of Australia's most distinctive native animals. The spiny echidna is curled in a defensive posture, surrounded by intricate detailing that has made the design beloved by numismatists and casual collectors alike. This design has remained unchanged since the coin's introduction. Now that we know its visual and historical foundation, let's talk about production. In 1984, the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra struck approximately 43.5 million 5-cent coins for circulation. These coins were manufactured without any mint mark, which was standard for coins struck at the main mint in Canberra. No alternate minting facility was involved in producing circulation 5-cent coins that year, meaning all standard coins from 1984 bear no visible mint identifier. However, it is important to clarify, the term "no mint mark" can sometimes confuse new collectors. In this case, the absence of a mint mark is not an error, nor does it automatically make the coin rare. It simply means it was struck at the primary mint, and not at a subsidiary or contract mint. Even so, not all 1984 coins are created equal, and that's where things begin to get interesting. One of the most talked about aspects of the 1984 Australian 5-cent coin is the existence of minor die varieties, subtle differences that occurred during the production process. One such variety is known among collectors as the high echidna and low echidna variety. This refers to the position of the echidna's back in relation to the edge of the coin. While most coins display a higher placement of the echidna's spines, some coins have been discovered with the creature positioned slightly lower. This variation stems from the use of different dies or minor misalignment in the die setting process, although neither version was officially recognized or catalogued at the time of production. Collectors have increasingly taken note of these differences. While both varieties are found in circulation, the low echidna version appears less frequently and is often regarded as more desirable by specialists. Other microvariations, including die cracks, doubling, and minor striking inconsistencies, also exist, and some of these may enhance a coin's collectability if they are significant and well preserved. If you're holding a 1984 Australian 5-cent coin, here's what to look for to determine if it has potential collector value. 1. Condition. The grade of the coins in circulated condition, with visible wear, scratches, and loss of detail, are generally worth face value or marginally above coins that retain their original mint luster, show no signs of circulation, and have sharp, clear detail are categorized as uncirculated or mint state, which can significantly increase their value. Mint state coins are often labeled with grading terms such as MS60, MS65, or even MS67. The higher the number, the better the condition. Point 2. Die varieties. High versus low echidna. Check the echidna's position relative to the rim of the coin. The low echidna variety is more scarce and may command a premium, particularly in higher grades. Point 3. Errors and anomalies. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or die cracks. These types of minting errors are relatively rare but can make a coin highly collectible. Point 4. I appeal. Even among coins of similar grade, the overall appearance, known as eye appeal, plays a major role in value. A coin that is well centered, sharply struck, and free from distracting marks will always be more desirable. Let's talk money. How much is the 1984 no mint mark Australian 5-cent coin actually worth in today's market, in 2025? First, let's break it down by condition. Circulated condition. In well-worn condition, the coin generally trades for its face value, 5 cents. In better circulated condition, such as very fine or extremely fine, it may sell for around 30 cents to $1. Depending on demand and presentation. Uncirculated/mint state condition. Coins that have never been in circulation and show full detail, sharp edges, and mint luster can fetch between $2 and $10, sometimes more depending on eye appeal and die variety. Coins graded by professional services and certified as MS65 or higher can reach $15 to $25 or more, particularly if they exhibit a rare variety or exceptional strike quality. Rare varieties and errors. A low echidna variety in mint state may command $10 to $20 or more depending on buyer interest. Verified minting errors such as double strikes or off-center strikes could elevate the value significantly, sometimes into the $50 to $100 range, or even higher in rare cases. It's important to note that actual sale prices vary based on market trends, auction formats, and the presence of interested buyers. Coins may be listed at high prices, but what matters is the final sale price, not the asking price. Many people hear that a coin is worth a lot of money and imagine hundreds or even thousands of dollars. While that can be true for rare coins, the 1984 Australian 5-cent coin is generally not rare in the traditional sense. However, under the right conditions, a 5-cent coin can be valuable. It must be in exceptional mint condition, free of damage and toning. It must possess a notable variety, such as the low echidna or a known striking error. It must be authenticated or graded to confirm condition and authenticity. There must be market demand, such as collectors actively looking to complete a full set of decimal issues in high grade. In these cases, the coin can indeed become worth a lot of money, not in the thousands, but certainly more than its face value. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect detail, especially for die varieties and errors. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this destroys the natural surface and reduces its value. Store the coin properly, using coin flips, capsules, or archival safe folders. Consider third-party grading if the coin appears to be in high mint state. Or if you suspect a rare variety, track recent sales, not just asking prices, to understand what buyers are actually paying in today's market. The 1984 Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin may seem like an ordinary piece of change, but like many coins, it holds hidden stories of history, design, and production. While millions were minted, only a small percentage survive in high grade or with collectible varieties. And for those that do, collector interest can turn 5 cents into 10, 20, or even $50 under the right circumstances. So, the next time you're going through your change or examining your coin collection, take a closer look at that humble 1984 5-cent piece. You might just discover a tiny treasure waiting to be appreciated. The 1997 Australian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, notably without any mint mark. At first glance, it might appear like an ordinary circulation coin, but as we'll discover, there's more to the story than meets the eye. We'll uncover the history behind this coin, explore its design in depth, understand its place in Australia's numismatic landscape, assess its rarity, and most importantly, discuss its current market value in 2025. So sit back, grab your loupe, and let's explore what makes the 1997 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth Australian 5-cent coin a potentially valuable addition to your collection. To understand the significance of the 1997 Australian 5-cent coin, we need to go back to the origins of decimal currency in Australia. In 1966, Australia transitioned from the imperial system to the decimal system, introducing a new range of coins including the 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent, and 50 cent denominations. The 5-cent coin was introduced as a direct replacement for the pre-decimal sixpence, and it has remained in circulation ever since, largely unchanged in size and design. It is one of the smallest denominations in Australian coinage, both physically and monetarily. By 1997, Australia had been using decimal currency for over 30 years, and the 5-cent coin had become a routine part of everyday transactions. However, unlike other coins which occasionally featured commemorative designs or special mint marks, the 5-cent coin retained a consistent appearance. The obverse featured the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, and the reverse showcased the echidna, one of Australia's most unique and instantly recognizable native animals. In 1997, all 5-cent coins were struck by the Royal Australian Mint, which is based in Canberra. As was customary for most general circulation coins produced by this mint, no mint mark was added. Therefore, while collectors refer to this coin as the no mint mark 1997 5-cent piece, it is important to understand that this is standard for the issue, and not necessarily an error or anomaly. The design of the 1997 5-cent coin remains iconic in Australian numismatics. Let's begin with the obverse. The obverse side of the coin features a right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait is part of what is known as the Third Portrait series and was designed by Raphael Maklauf. In this image, the Queen is portrayed wearing the royal diadem, also known as the George IV state diadem, which is traditionally worn during the state opening of Parliament. The depiction is formal, dignified, and regal, reflecting the monarch's long-standing presence as Australia's head of state. Encircling the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II, followed by Australia, and the year of issue, which in this case is 1997. The lettering is simple yet elegant, ensuring legibility while maintaining a timeless appearance. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the echidna, a small, spiny, egg-laying mammal native to Australia. This design was created by the acclaimed Australian designer Stuart Devlin. The echidna is shown curled up, its spines radiating outward in a protective circle. Its snout and small limbs are visible beneath the quills, giving the image a dynamic yet balanced composition. The denomination 5 is prominently displayed beneath the echidna, signifying the coin's 5-cent value. This reverse design has become synonymous with the 5-cent coin and has remained unchanged since the coin's inception. It celebrates Australian fauna and adds character to what might otherwise be considered a minor coin. the 1997 Australian 5-cent coin was struck using a standard copper-nickel alloy, composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This combination gives the coin a silver-gray appearance and a metallic luster that, when uncirculated, can be quite appealing to collectors. The coin weighs approximately 2.83 grams and has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters. Its edge is fully reeded, meaning it features a series of small grooves running vertically around the perimeter of the coin. This reeded edge not only provides tactile feedback but also serves as a measure against counterfeiting. These dimensions and specifications have remained consistent across decades, which allows collectors to easily compare coins from different years in a single collection without concerns about changes in size or weight. One of the key factors that affects a coin's rarity and value is its mintage figure, that is, the total number of coins produced for that specific year. In 1997, the Royal Australian Mint produced a substantial quantity of 5-cent coins, with over 100 million pieces entering circulation. Specifically, the mintage exceeded 100 million units, which places this coin among the more heavily produced issues of its type. Given this high mintage, the 1997 5-cent coin is generally considered a common issue. It was widely distributed, saw heavy use in daily commerce, and continues to be found in circulation to this day. As such, it is not rare in the traditional numismatic sense. However, rarity is not the only factor that determines a coin's value. Condition, collector demand, and historical context all play critical roles, and this is where the story becomes more interesting. Despite its high mintage, the 1997 5-cent coin does attract collector interest for several reasons. First and foremost, collectors often aim to build complete year sets of coins. For a modern Australian coin collection, the 1997 5-cent piece is essential for completing that year's decimal currency set. As a result, coins in higher grades are sought after. Secondly, coins that remain in excellent condition, particularly those that are uncirculated or mint state, carry a premium. These coins may have never been used in commerce, may have been preserved in coin albums, or may have come from mint sets sold directly to collectors. The better the condition, the higher the market value. Another factor is toning and luster. Coins that exhibit attractive natural toning, the color changes that occur over time due to metal oxidation, are sometimes more desirable. Similarly, coins with full original mint luster that have not dulled over time are considered more attractive. Finally, in recent years, interest in coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II has risen significantly. With her passing in 2022, collectors worldwide have been seeking to complete sets featuring her portrait. This has caused prices on some Elizabeth II coins to trend upward, especially those in pristine condition or with low mintage figures. Let's now address the most pressing question: what is the 1997 no-mint mark Australian 5-cent coin worth in 2025? The answer, of course, depends largely on condition. Coins in heavily circulated condition, those showing visible wear, scratches, discoloration, and loss of detail, generally hold only minimal collector value. In 2025, these coins are typically worth around their face value, which is 5 Australian cents. Some may sell for a few cents more to beginner collectors or for bulk lots, but generally they are not profitable to sell individually. Coins in lightly circulated or fine condition may fetch slightly higher prices. In such condition, the coin still retains most of its detail, and while it may show signs of use, it remains visually appealing. These can sell for between 20 and 50 cents, depending on demand. Coins in extremely fine or almost uncirculated condition are more desirable. These coins exhibit very minimal signs of wear, often only visible under magnification. Such coins may sell in the range of $1 to $2, however, the real value lies in uncirculated or mint-state examples. Coins that have been graded by a professional grading service and assigned a high grade, such as MS-65 or higher, can command even more significant premiums. In 2025, a certified mint-state example of the 1997 5-cent coin may sell for between $3 and $10, depending on grade, eye appeal, and the current demand in the collector market. Coins with unique toning, exceptional strike quality, or provenance from a reputable collection may fetch even more from discerning buyers. To summarize, the 1997 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth Australian 5-cent coin is not rare in terms of mintage. It was produced in very large numbers and remains common in circulation. However, it still holds value for collectors, particularly those building complete year sets or seeking uncirculated examples for long-term preservation. Its value in 2025 is primarily determined by condition, with circulated examples typically worth face value, and high-grade uncirculated examples potentially reaching several dollars in value. While not a coin that will make you rich overnight, it serves as a reminder that even everyday pocket change can hold stories, history, and value beyond what appears on the surface. So if you happen to find a 1997 5-cent coin in your collection, take a closer look. Check its condition, compare it with other coins, and consider whether it might be worth preserving or even having graded. The 1998 Australian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, with no visible mint mark. This unassuming coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but for coin collectors, numismatists, and treasure hunters alike, it offers layers of interest when examined through the lens of minting history, production figures, condition rarity, and current market dynamics. So, how much is this coin really worth in 2025? Is it rare? Could it be worth hundreds? Or is it just another face value piece? Let's explore everything there is to know about this coin in full detail. To understand the importance of the 1998 Australian 5-cent coin, we must begin with a look at its place in Australia's decimal currency system. Australia transitioned to decimal currency in 1966, phasing out the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. As part of that transition, the 5-cent coin was introduced as the direct successor to the pre-decimal sixpence. The 5-cent coin has retained the same design and specifications since its inception. Its reverse side features a striking image of an echidna, a unique Australian monotreme, designed by the renowned artist Stuart Devlin. This spiny, iconic creature has adorned every 5-cent coin since 1966, making it one of the longest-running reverse designs in Australian coinage. On the obverse, the 1998 edition displays the third effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Raphael Maclouf. This portrait was introduced in the mid-1980s and remained on Australian coins until it was replaced by the Ian Rank Broadley portrait in the late 1990s. The Maclouf design presents a regal and youthful Queen Elizabeth II, with a diadem and elegant styling. The 1998 5-cent coin continued the tradition of not including a visible mint mark. In Australia, the primary production of circulating coinage is carried out by the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra. While certain coins and sets are produced by other mints under contract, particularly for special issues or proof sets, standard circulating 5-cent coins from this period typically do not bear a mint mark, making them part of the no mint mark standard series. Let's take a closer look at the coin's physical attributes. The 1998 Australian 5-cent coin carries the following specifications: denomination, 5 cents metal composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, copper-nickel, weight, 2.83 grams diameter, 19.41 millimeters thickness, approximately 1.3 millimeters edge, milled obverse design. Portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maclauf. Reverse design, Echidna by Stuart Devlin. These specifications have remained consistent over the decades, which contributes to the coin's recognizability and enduring presence in the Australian economy. In the year 1998, tens of millions of 5 cents coins were struck and released into circulation. The estimated mintage exceeds 88 million coins. This substantial production number places the 1998 edition firmly in the category of standard circulating coins, making it common in terms of sheer availability. However, mintage alone does not determine rarity. What separates valuable coins from everyday change is often condition, errors, special strikes, or demand from niche collectors. While the 1998 5 cents coin was struck in high numbers, the true question is how many have survived in pristine condition, and how many have been degraded by decades of circulation, damage, and loss. Now, let's clarify the significance of the term, no mint mark. A mint mark is a small letter or symbol on a coin that identifies where it was manufactured. In countries like the United States, mint marks play a major role in determining a coin's rarity and origin. In Australia, however, the majority of regular circulating coins produced at the Royal Australian Mint do not carry a mint mark at all. Therefore, the absence of a mint mark on the 1998 5 cents coin is entirely standard. It does not indicate a rare variety, nor does it imply an error. All standard circulation coins from 1998 were minted without a visible mint mark. That being said, certain mint set or proof coins may have been struck with identifying features or produced in much lower quantities, but these are separate from the mass-issued, no mint mark coins discussed here. So, is the 1998 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth 5 cents coin rare, in terms of mintage and circulation? The answer is no. It is one of the more common years for 5 cents coins. However, scarcity in numismatics isn't always about quantity, it's about condition and context. Most of the 1998 coins in circulation today show heavy wear, including dulling of the surfaces, flattening of the echidna's spines, loss of Queen Elizabeth's facial detail, rim nicks, and environmental damage. Coins that have seen daily use over more than 2 decades are unlikely to be worth more than face value. On the other hand, uncirculated examples, coins that were never released into general commerce and have retained their mint luster, are increasingly harder to find. Even fewer are coins in pristine condition that have been professionally graded, stored carefully, and preserved with no signs of handling. These are the coins that command collector interest. Let's now turn to the central question: how much is the 1998 no mint mark 5 cents coin worth in 2025? In worn condition, such as those that have been in circulation for years, the value is typically equal to face value, 5 cents. These coins are abundant and serve little numismatic value due to their commonness and poor condition. In average circulated condition with moderate wear, minor scratches, and softened detail, values may range from 5 to 15 cents. For coins in better preserved condition, especially those with defined details and minimal handling marks, the value can rise to 30 to 50 cents. In uncirculated condition, meaning the coin shows no signs of wear and retains full mint brilliance, the value can rise substantially. Depending on eye appeal, luster, and surface preservation, these coins can be valued anywhere from $1 to $3 or more. Coins that have been graded and slabbed by reputable services may command even higher prices. especially if they receive high mint state grades such as MS-65 or above. Proof coins or coins issued in mint sets are a different category and are generally worth more, depending on their presentation, packaging, and condition. That said, it's important to understand that the 1998 5-cent coin is not considered an investment-grade rarity. It is not a coin that typically sells for large sums unless part of a high-grade registry set or included in an exceptionally well-preserved mint issue. If you are a collector or someone who has found a 1998 5-cent coin and wants to assess its value, here are a few things to consider. First, examine the coin under proper lighting. Look for signs of heavy wear, scratches, discoloration, or corrosion. Any damage will significantly lower its value. Second, check for any unusual features. Although rare, error coins can occur, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws. These kinds of mint errors can elevate the coin's value dramatically if verified. Third, if the coin appears to be in excellent condition, consider storing it in a protective sleeve or capsule. Avoid touching the surfaces directly with your fingers. Use gloves or handle it by the edges to preserve its condition. Lastly, if you believe the coin may be in exceptional condition, consider submitting it to a professional grading service. A coin with a certified grade of MS-65 or higher will typically command a premium in the market. In conclusion, the 1998 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth Australian 5-cent coin is a fascinating piece of modern Australian currency. While it is not rare in the traditional sense, it holds interest for collectors, especially when preserved in high grades. In circulated condition, its value is modest. But in uncirculated or mint condition, particularly when graded, it can be worth several times its face value, even up to several dollars. As with all coins, the true value lies in the eyes of collectors and the condition of the individual specimen. Whether you are a casual enthusiast or a serious numismatist, the 1998 5-cent coin remains a worthy addition to any Australian decimal coin collection. Thank you for joining us on this detailed journey through the world of Australian coins. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the like button. Let us know in the comments if you found a 1998 5-cent coin in your change or collection. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep appreciating the hidden history in every coin.